What's going on, guys? Today I want to talk about a Canon that's upcoming here pretty quick, the Canon 90D, and I'm excited for this camera. I used to shoot with the 80D when I got going in this industry. It was great. It was an overall great camera that did a lot of things decently, and I'm excited to see what they're going to put in this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to break down the newest rumors and all the stuff that's floating around out there and see what we can expect and find out if it's worth getting excited about and break down everything we know so far. Let's get going. Well, it's no surprise right now that Canon's hurting. Their sales are hurting. The stuff they've released as of late is unimpressive. They need a win. And what a better time and way to do it than wow us with a new 90D. But competition is fierce. So let's look at what we need out of this thing. First of all, let's think about Canon's camera lines and where those are actually going to be headed. This rumor makes a lot of sense, integrating the 90, 80D lines with the higher end 7D series. But I'm not convinced they're going to do this because Canon's terrible for keeping their higher end technology in their flagship products and keeping the mid-range stuff mid-range. And I think they really have to rethink this approach these days because Sony and Nikon, they're throwing all their technology, all the greatest stuff into basically everything. So now let's actually look at some of the newest rumored specs to see if this thing's even going to be in the same universe as what's available. So let's look at the rumored sensor. 32.5 megapixels I think is unlikely. There has been rumors of this 32 megapixel as well as a new 24 megapixel sensor that they've been testing, but 24 just seems more realistic at this point. Next, I can't say I'm surprised that they're most likely using the same Digic 8 processor in the M50, SL3 RP, and even the EOS R. Moving along, I'd be really surprised to see dual card slots in this camera. I know there was a lot of backlash in the decision to only include one in the EOS R, so we'll have to see. As far as shooting speed's concerned, the 80D shot 7 frames per second and the 7D Mark II shot 10, so I think there really has to be an improvement here, especially if they're going to combine these two lines. A wide ISO range and decent low light performance is expected in today's cameras, and we would expect no less out of this one. So we're just waiting to see what sensor they decide to go with. I swear to God, if they decide to go with 45 autofocus points like in the 80D, this thing can just burn and fire. Your EOS R has nearly 6,000. For today's standards and what you're up against, this is just not acceptable. Canon, you need to get it together and give us a great autofocus system. So the 80D was an incredibly popular vlogging and YouTube camera with its awesome swivel screen, and in this day and age it had better have 4K 60 and a minimum 1080 120. Failing that, nobody's gonna buy this thing. And if for some reason you do fail to include your amazing flippy screen, just pack up shop, shut her down, declare bankruptcy because you're done. And other than that, of course, just standard stuff we'd probably expect, built-in Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, weather sealing, stuff like that. But give us a standout feature, push the limits, this is what we want to see. And one huge factor that we haven't talked about yet is how much this thing's going to cost. And right now, rumor is that it's going to be about $1,400 American dollars for just the body. So from where I'm sitting, that doesn't make a heck of a lot of sense given what's on the market. There's a lot of competition, there's a lot of great cameras out there, and if they don't make some major moves and announcements with this one, I just don't see who's going to buy it. So with all the benefits and the inevitable movement towards mirrorless cameras these days, I don't really see where Canon's going with this. Small upgrades and reusing old technology is just not impressive, and if you're asking a premium for this camera, which is an EF mount DSLR, and with most likely slowing support and production for the EF mount, I'm having a hard time seeing why somebody just wouldn't go the mirrorless route. So what do you think? Am I crazy? Should Canon just ditch this line altogether and start thinking about more of a mirrorless line? Maybe convert this completely over to a sports-oriented, decent video mirrorless camera? I think that's where we're heading. So wrapping up, guys, I wanted to keep this video short and sweet. So let me know your thoughts in the comments and where you think this is going to go. And we'll leave it at that. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like and a subscribe, and definitely drop your questions and comments down below. Like always, make mistakes, be yourself, and get out there and take some more pictures. See you next time.